To order, I am joined by Councilmembers Farooqui, Dozier, Shook, Norwood. We will be joined by Councilmember Overstreet shortly. I will make a motion to adopt the agenda. Second by Dozier. That's okay. Thank you. Sure. We have been joined by Councilmember Overstreet. You want me to do a voice vote? Oh, okay.
The vote is open.
Six yeas, 0 nays. The agenda is adopted. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes. Second by Overstreet.
The vote is open. Vote is closed.
6 yeas, 0 nays. The minutes of the last meeting are adopted. Next up is public comment. Everyone who signed up will have 3 minutes to speak. I'll remind those of you who are coming up, which you probably already know, that items that have been to or will go to the Zoning Review Board are not eligible for public comment here, but you can make general remarks about anything you so desire. And we are going to start with Helen D. Williams, followed by Charlie Cafton, Ben Terry, and Ann Mayer. Ms. Williams.
Good morning on this rainy day. My name is Helen D. Williams. I am a resident of Vine City, and I would like to speak to you in reference of the blackness within our community. And the street is Elm Street. This street I consider Nightmare on Elm. There are properties that has been overgrown over 35 years. It has never been leveled to the point that you can really see the property as itself. The locations of this property is behind Cosmopolitan AME Church, in which they also are now able to do parking on their property. So when people come to our community to do the parking and moving around to go to Mercedes-Benz, they see our community. They walk around, they take that flight to the Mercedes-Benz, but the developers in the community has held these, it is their properties, but it's holding our community at a state of blackness, no return as far as I can see. These developers have consistently overlooked the rules that the city and zoning has put in place. They have been slighted with many zoning codes. I don't know the word for it, but the property has been addressed. However, they're being ignored. The reason it's so important to me is that I take that walk. I walk my dogs. I even clean up that street. I clean up my community. But with them overlooking the boundaries on what you state, it's just like whatever. So I'm not saying I'm not the only one that's moving around in my community to do these things, but I am willing to come forward and speak and let you know that we need help. If we're gonna be the city of the future, here it is, 26 is coming. All these people are gonna be moving around in our community, and yet the blightness is still there. One particular location is 139 Sunset Avenue, and they're working on this property. I'm so glad they're now tearing it down, so that's definitely an improvement. But also 293 Sunset Avenue, this house is owned by Joe James Property LLC. It's valued at $140,000. And the reason this property is really an oversight and make our community look bad, from the first part of that you see, you can see that it's this structure. But on behind the property, a child can go in that area, fall down, there's no walls, there's no order to the structure. If a strong wind come, hopefully it won't blow it down, but it's so serious in our community, and I would like to have you guys look into that.
Thank you. Appreciate your comments. Next up, Charlie Cafton, followed by Ben Terry.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Charlie Cafton. First of all, I wanted to thank the committee for their recent vote about data centers, protecting the city from building these data centers inside the city. The community asked you for their support, and you guys came through, and that's really great. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about the, community involvement overall and the history, not only about the data centers, but Atlanta has a rich tradition. Many years ago, there was a movement to tear down the Fox Theater. The community rose up and said, no, we need the Fox Theater. It's a great institution. And today we have the Fox Theater, and it's wonderful. Many years ago, there was a move to build a highway through Virginia Highlands. The community stood up and said, no, there should not be a highway going through Virginia Highland. That would be really bad. And thankfully, there is no highway going through Virginia Highland. The community was right. And then there was a proposal to build a water sewage treatment plant on the corner of 10th Street and Monroe, where there's the beautiful field where now there are concerts and family gatherings and parties and festivals. And the community said no, and thankfully that was stopped as well. So the community is pretty smart. They know. Imagine Atlanta today with no Fox Theater, a water sewage treatment plant at the corner of 10th Street and Monroe, a highway going through Virginia Highland. The community really understands what's best for Atlanta. They're not just complaining out of the blue. We love our city. We want to protect our city. We want to make it better. So please, keep listening to the community. They know what's best. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Ben Terry, followed by Mayor Mar.
May it please the committee, my name is Ben Terry, and I live in Morningside, and I'm going to sort of echo, actually, some of the comments that Mr. Cafton made. 50 years ago, I was in high school, and I was proud of my city when it elected Maynard Jackson as mayor. Only years later did I come to learn that one of his most enduring achievements was our NPU system. Council has a strong track record of honoring the legacy of Mayor Jackson by relying heavily on what our NPUs recommend, and I'm thankful for that. Mayor Jackson was a wise man. His NPU system ended forever the good old days of Atlanta politics, when the rich and powerful made all of the decisions about our future, and voiceless citizens found out about it only after the fact. Mayor Jackson knew that the common man and woman, when given the chance, would offer valuable advice about what is best for Atlanta. If you want to know what is clever and profitable, listen to a rich and powerful person. If you want to know what is wise and beneficial, put a few hundred people in a room, let them talk for a few hours, and then listen to what they say. They will know best. Who comes to an NPU meeting? I know the answer to that. Good-hearted people who want new housing and new affordable housing and new neighbors and a vibrant and exciting Beltline, but who also don't want unsafe gridlock traffic. Thank you very much for honoring Mayor Jackson's legacy and the NPU system.
Thank you.
Morning. My name is Ann Marma, resident of Morningside. I really don't have prepared comments. I was able to come down today and just thought I would express gratitude for where we are as a city at this point. I think that I've lived here for 20 years, and I have seen just the progression of this city and how much we have to offer. I think that's due to a lot of hard work on your part and leadership along the way. I would like to express a view that I think that we are no longer at a point where we are a developing city. I think Atlanta has arrived. I think now at this point in our progression as a city, we have a lot to offer to residents and to businesses coming to the city. So I would like to petition for consideration that as we move forward with these processes, that we start with that vantage point that we have arrived as a city and we have a lot to offer, and that we think about development in terms of what's smart for us as a successful city and where we're at, what makes the most sense now, smart development in terms of, traffic patterns and road conditions, where I think that there is still some room for improvement, and quality of life for the citizens rather than sort of a black and white accounting approach in terms of, what's being brought to the table financially. I think that now we should approach it more from a balanced perspective in terms of what we're offering and trying to maintain that vantage point that we have as a city of neighborhoods where people love to live because of the quality of life. And just keeping that in mind and maintaining that as a focal point as we're speaking to developers that want to have the benefit of being a part of these projects in our city and stand to profit from that. And just making sure that we're getting a good deal for the city and for our residents as we approach this. And I want to thank you all for your service. I know that this is probably often a thankless job. And thank you for everything that you've done for the city of Atlanta.
Thank you. Appreciate all those who came out this morning. That takes us to section F, communications. Is Mr. Philip Perry here? All right. We can sound that caption.
Item number 1, 25C0033, a communication from council members Jason Winston, District 1, Amir Faroki, District 2, Byron Amos, District 3, Jason Dozier, District 4, and Michael Julian Bond, Post 1 at Large, appointing Mr. Philip Perry to serve as a member of the Board of Zoning Adjustment. This appointment is for a term of 2 years.
Thank you. Mr. Perry, if you just take a moment and introduce yourself to the committee.
Good morning. My name is Mr. Philip Perry. I'm a native of Atlanta, Georgia. I graduated from Douglas High School, went on to Atlanta Area Tech, and did a little time at DeVry. I was a business owner of DNR Automotive, which was located at Donald Lee Hollowell Parkway in Northside Drive. I did that for approximately 25 years before I actually sold that land over there, which is now has been developed. I've been working with my community for about 28 years now, doing NPU-J and NPUL, which my business had in NPUL. Now I'm at the point in my life where I want to give back to my community and be involved in different associations that can actually help build my city to a better place to live. I actually live in Atlanta, Georgia, have a stake in the city of Atlanta, so I'm here now to just give back to my community in the best way I can possibly can. And I know pretty much some of you guys from working in the past in the community. And I just want to say thanks for the opportunity, and I look forward to being part of the Zoning Review Board.
Appreciate you being here this morning. Any questions or comments? Got a motion to approve by Overstreet, second by Hillis. Sorry, please open that vote.
All right. Thank you, guys. You have
Vote
a
is
great day.
open. Vote is closed.
7 yeas, 0 nays. That item is favorable. It takes us to section G, ordinances for first reading.
Item number 2, 2501139, Z2446, an ordinance by zoning committee to rezone from single-family residential to two-family residential for property located at 215 Anderson Avenue Northwest. Item number 3, 2501140, Z24100, an ordinance by zoning committee to rezone from residential limited commercial conditional to community business district for property located at 2870 Piedmont Road Northeast. Item number 4, 2501141, Z2407, an ordinance by zoning committee to rezone from light industrial beltline overlay to industrial mixed-use beltline overlay for property located at 356 University Avenue Southwest. Item number 5, 2501142, U2501, an ordinance by zoning committee for a special use permit for a personal care home pursuant to section 1605-0051G for property located at 4575 Boulder Park Drive Southwest. Item number 6, 2501143, U2503, an ordinance by zoning committee for a special use permit for non-residential uses or establishments exceeding 7,500 square feet in area in which alcoholic beverages are sold or consumed on premises pursuant to section 164400712A for property located at 1115 Howell Mill Road Northwest. Item number 7, 2501144, U2504, an ordinance by zoning committee for a special use permit for non-residential uses or establishments exceeding 7,500 square feet in area in which alcoholic beverages are sold or consumed on premises pursuant to section 164400712A for property located at 1115 Howell Mill Road Northwest. Item number 8, 2501145, U2506, an ordinance by zoning committee for a special use permit for a repair garage, paint and body shop pursuant to ordinance 10-00041 for property located at 1997 DeLoe Drive.
Thank you. Those items will head to full council for first reads on Monday and then come back to us. That takes us to H, ordinances for second reading. One, item number 9.
Item number 9, 2501118, Z2512, an ordinance by zoning committee designating the Randolph Lucas Jones House located at 78 Peachtree Circle, land lot 240 of the 17th District, Fulton County, Georgia, and certain real property on which it is located to the overlay zoning designation of landmark building or site pursuant to chapter 20 of the zoning ordinance of the city of Atlanta and rezoning from single-family residential to single-family residential landmark building or site.
Move approval.
Well, actually, we need to make a motion to refer to ZRB. So if you want to make that one.
I will make that one.
All right, motion by Norwood to refer to ZRB, second by.
I'm ready for landmark designation.
All right, I hear that. Second by Dozier. If there's no discussion, please open that vote.
Vote is open. Vote is closed.
7 yeas, 0 nays. That item is referred. That takes us to item number 41.
Item number 41, an ordinance by Councilmember Alex One as substituted by zoning committee to amend chapter 20B Druid Hills Landmark District of the Atlanta zoning ordinance so as to create a new subarea entitled University Park and to enact specific development controls within said subarea in addition to the general development controls that apply throughout the landmark district and for other purposes.
All right, colleagues, there is a substitute for this paper in your packets. I will make a motion to bring forward the substitute. Second by Hillis.
Vote is open. Vote is closed.
7 yeas, 0 nays. The item is before us. If there is no discussion or no questions, I will make a motion to refer this item back to the ZRB. Second by Hillis.
Vote is open. Vote is closed.
7 yeas, 0 nays. That item is referred. Is there any other business to come before the committee today? All right, seeing none, we are adjourned. Thank you.